All right, it is race day. Well, I don't know if you call it a race, but we're gonna go burn some tires up today for sure. So let me show you a little project I've been working on secretly. Ooh. So I bring you the 350Z drift car. So we do a little bit of everything here. So my son decided that he wanted to do something, and anything is good with me. I try to get him involved all the time, and he's not very excited about racing Volkswagens or stuff like that. So whatever he likes to do, I sort of try to follow along. And we picked this little Z car up here from Johan over there at the Adam LZ compound. Got crashed. Back quarter panel here got KO'd, and I guess they took it to get an estimate on it, or the insurance company did an estimate. They cut a hole in the quarter panel and disregarded the panel, so it needed a quarter and some other stuff. Ended up making a patch for the quarter and saved it, because we're going to put over fenders on it eventually, probably in the near future. It just takes a wider wheel and a tire combination, and apparently right now tires are hard to get, so we have a couple sets of these wheels and tires, so we're going to stay with this. Hans just wanted to put it in primer, and I don't want him racing a primered car, so I went ahead and painted it, and we can repaint it when we do the over fenders on it or whatever. But this is what we got so far. We put these bumpers on. Still need to get a bumper cover and cut it down to fit the push bar there. We haven't done that yet. We're going to rock it like this today. We did a track rental, so it's just going to be a few people out there. It's not like a major event. Did a few things on the inside of the car. Did an upgraded turn brake there. It had an aftermarket brake in it, but it wasn't a Willwood master cylinder. And they had the master cylinder mounted in the back of the car behind the seat with some long linkage to the front handle, and it was just it was no bueno. So we tightened that up, put a new seat mount in it, made a kick panel down there for your feet, so you got easier access to the pedals while you're drifting sideways and stuff. Quick disconnect on the wheel, mounted a fire extinguisher in there. And I think that's about it for the upgrades on the inside of the car at this time. Did do a brand new angle kit on the front, so I know that was pretty pricey, but it's pretty nice. Got that all dialed in, or so we think. That's the whole idea behind the testing today. But it seems to work pretty good. A few little test runs we made with it. Brake works good, everything's nice. Did a little exhaust mod on it and the bumpers, and that's about it. And then I painted this side of the car. I painted the fender of the door, the quarter, the deck lid, and the other quarter. Had to blend it. And eventually I'll go ahead and paint the roof. The door, the fender, and the hood is all that's left. But we were just trying to get it together for today and have it in one piece and not look like, you know, too bad. So this morning I'm got the glass clean. Hans is gonna come over. He wants to put the stickers on, so he's got some sponsorship from work. So you guys know that Hans works at Real Street. Been there for a while now, and we're gonna sponsor this car. So we got a front windshield sticker, a door sticker, and I think one for the back glass. Got a little oil sponsor here. Been using some of this oil. It's working pretty good. Still in the testing phase of it, but maybe we'll do a little video on this. You can pick this up at Real Street. It's real high on the zinc, and you know, it's made for performance applications, so you can beat on it, and it seems to be holding up real well. We use the 1040 in this, but you know, they have several different viscosities. I like the 20 and 50 for the VW stuff, and then if I'm racing, I go to a solid viscosity. They're in the 50 weight range. But that's where we're at with that. Give you a little update, if I can talk. Try not to shake you guys around. I got this 67 Beetle in here. This is the one we built the motor for. Got a FK47, set of 049 Redmaster heads, a little port work, a little chamber work, some 44 Webers, Rancho transmission, and we're getting ready to do all the brakes, floor pans, all the stuff that you got to do on the Volkswagen when you put a big motor in there, you know. Type of deal. The guy's, you know, he's getting older, and he's got his Volkswagen sitting around, and he wants it nice now. So this is the motor that we built for it. This is a Rancho box for it here. I don't know if it's a freeway flyer. I hope it's not. I have to look at the paperwork. I don't really care for the freeway flyers for around town. If you're going to drive on the interstate, you know, okay, I would probably push the 5-speed before I do the freeway flyer thing, though, because it makes the tranny sort of weird. But anyway, we're putting AC on this, and yeah, trying to make the car decent where you can drive it and where it stops and goes and all that good stuff. So we got the little 1600 build. I haven't forgot you guys, or built it without you. We got the short block built. Need to get back on this and finish assembling the top end. But I do have everything ready to put it together. The camera died when we were building the short block, and I told you I would make a part 2. So, but yeah, this is a little, if you're following along, this little 1600. It's got a set of little polished A&A rods in there that Matt Lundquist donated. C35 cam, scat lifters, bigger oil pump. This little 1600 deal, little super 1600, I guess, you know. I sort of build one of my favorite motors to build. There's a couple different versions of this depending on your budget. This is just a used case that was rebuilt. New cases are hard to come by right now, so I'm trying to use all the used stuff that I have, or, you know, used cases that I have laying around that are viable. This does have 8mm stud inserts, so it's a pretty decent little case. So here's the cylinder heads. I hand ported these. It's got a set of high rev single springs, chrome moly retainers, set of A&A 85.5 piston cylinders there. We got it all laid out. We just need to get back in here and do it. Been really busy. One of my subscribers bought this transmission by. He was having a little trouble getting his linkage lined up. Didn't have a jig to set his shift forks. So we got this all set up. It had a reverse issue. I went ahead and put a gear in that I had. Here's his gear here. Was pretty gnarled up. Ooh, all right, there you go. It's pretty gnarled up. He said that he saw on a video somewhere, one of my videos, or Easy Jeezy's, where you just flip this around and use this part of the gear. I don't remember making a video like that. I may have, I don't know. I usually just replace these. They're not that much money. You can buy them from Whittle, and I have a pretty good surplus of used ones. But if you look at the gear, it's sort of cut. You know, it's cut on both sides here so that it can engage into the slider. And it doesn't have that cut on this side, so it's sort of flat. So I don't know if it would engage nice or if it would work. I didn't want to try it, experiment. You know, he's already having trouble, so sort of want it to work. So I put a gear in there, and his slider looked like it was in pretty good shape. So I don't know where he saw it. Maybe it was my video. It was over at Easy Jeezy's, and he did it. I'm sure it worked. He would have said if it didn't. So I just haven't tried that I can remember. Maybe I have, but you know, it comes with a head injury. You don't remember everything. His ring pinion was pretty beat up. I don't know, squirrel got loose in there or something and mauled it all up. We were going to replace it, but this is an aftermarket gear. So I just went ahead and did the polish procedure that we do on the, this is one for a race car. This is a 412, but you know, we polish them. Probably does nothing. Go in and take all the sharp edges off, you know, try to reduce the breakage. This is an aftermarket gear. I didn't want to sacrifice this. I do have ring pinions I could have replaced it with, but not an aftermarket one. And you say, what's the difference? You can see the thickness between the root here and the bottom of the gear. And if we look at the Volkswagen piece, it's a lot. It's a thinner thinner situation. Got more gear standing up, but you got a lot less foundation for the gear to sit on. Plus the material of this gear is completely different than what the factory gear is. This is more soft and it'll tolerate some abuse, where this one will just break. So anytime you get an aftermarket ring and pinion, you want to try to utilize it. So like I said, somebody probably paid good money for this tranny. This is probably about a $2,000 tranny in today's money. I think paid like $1,700 for the Rancho box for the project we just looked at over there. And that's no axles, that's just a gearbox. You got to put the axles in and have somebody do all that for you, or do it yourself. So yeah, you want to use this stuff if you got it, and you know, hold on to it. Make sure that you don't lose your parts when you go somewhere, because an aftermarket ring and pinion is probably $300-400 upgrade now. And if you run the 344 stuff like I do for drag racing, those are like $900. You can only get them at Whittle, and they're just not too available right now. On this diff, he has a super diff here. Went ahead and just polished up the oil hole so I could get some better oil flow into the spider gears. And then right where the roll pins go through for the spider gear pins, I like to polish this area. I've noticed that they break right here, especially on the new ones. They seem to be a lot softer. So I like to polish the center section of this diff, deburr it, and I clean up this area pretty good here. I mean, I didn't want to remove too much material, but try to make sure it's clean on both sides of the pin, and it keeps it from breaking right there, or slows it down a little bit. And some people will be like, that's ridiculous, it does nothing. So that's cool. Makes me sleep a little better at night, and I like to touch everything. So that's where we're at with that. Hopefully tomorrow I'll get out here and get this short block built and get this transmission finished so you can pick that up. Well, a little upgrade on what's going on. A little update on what's going on. Got CT stuff over here. He's been missing in action, doing Swamp Dragon stuff and working on Green Hornets and breaking door glass, stuff like that. But these are his heads. His head, the other head somewhere in the shop, I promise. These are some new AMC castings, and had to machine the bosses down for the high lift webcam. We went some web valve springs to get the proper valve spring clearance and coil bind that we needed. We have a cam that's got like 425 lift, and we're 480 before we get to any kind of coil bind, so we're good now. This head's already been valve jobbed. The valves are lapped in, and I saved one head for him to do because he likes that stuff. But that's what's going on here. Sort of behind in the Volkswagen world. Been trying to help Hans get his car going. And now I got to go out there and clean the truck because he's bringing his girlfriend, and it's pretty nasty. It's the bumper truck, so we got to clean that out. And yeah, I've been working on the motorhome a little bit. We should be taking that today, but I still have an electrical problem with that. So any of my subscribers out there that are local in the Central Florida area that are good with electrical, I've located the issue, but I need somebody with an amp clamp or some sort of gauge to check the ground continuity or the voltage in the wires, because it's driving me crazy. So yeah, we should be taking the old diesel pusher so I can hang out on the couch while they're burning up tires, but we're taking the old Chevrolet instead. So anyway, that's what's going on here. Not a whole lot. And got the Ford truck over here. I've been working on this. This little project's for sale. Gonna be for sale if I ever get it done. So I don't show this very often, but this is non-Volkswagen stuff. Some of you other guys that are subscribed to my channel don't like Volkswagen stuff. But anyway, this is a 96 Ford F-150 four-wheel drive. Pretty factory. Never been molested yet. So did a little paint job on it. I got to finish it. I got to pick some moldings up. I was trying to save those and they're just trashed. So I ordered a box of molding and I put new chrome moldings on and paint from the molding down. Didn't finish that yet, and the tailgate needs to be finished. I got a bed liner kit for the bed liner, so I gotta clean this stuff out of there and get that done. But the interior is not too bad. I need a door handle, needs to be cleaned up obviously. And I've been thinking about getting this seat recovered. But if I do this one, I'll have to do all of them, I think, because I don't know if they'll match. But they do make covers, so I'm thinking about cleaning this up, because these trucks, people want them right now. They seem to be popular. But anyway, that's what's going on with the old Ford. Here's the old Newmar. Like I said, the wiring problem's right back here by the starter. If you have somebody inside, you can get somebody under here and wiggle the wires and get it to start. But that's a big old motorhome to be driving and have shut off and have to have towed home. So I'm not going to do that. Just a little snap of the garden here. A little garden going, little herbs. Gonna have some okra tonight. Picked a whole bowl of that. It's a little okra plant there. Jalapeno peppers. Yeah, got some of those on there. So growing peppers. Don't eat a lot of those, but we got them. Some cantaloupe here. Cantaloupe. Got some corn, and the corn's pretty good. Just picked some of this. It's some of it's ready. Some of this got sort of planted out of season, but it's been working out. Got some really killer dirt this time, and I'm not sure what this is. I want to say these are cucumbers. Those are pissed off beagles. These are tomatoes. This is broccoli, which is it's done all the broccoli I think it's going to do. Here's a little bit down at the bottom, but it yields some good broccoli. But you trim it so many times and then you lose the plant, you know. Plenty of tomatoes. Plenty of tomatoes. There's a big one right there. Oh man, it's on there. Healthy one. Anyway, it's a good one. Made some tomato sauce yesterday, or gravy if you're Italian. I got some cabbage here. Some cabbage. This is gonna get pulled up because I don't think it's getting burned up from the heat now. Got planted a little late. More tomatoes in here. Got the little variety, the big ones, whatever you want. Got plenty of tomatoes. But yeah, nobody's eating the small ones. Got some blueberries over here. I hear there's some cucumbers in here. There's some cukes down in here. Some small ones. So there's one in there. So we've been eating those. This is a smaller plant over here. The bigger ones over there. And then of course the corn. And then the corn killed the sunlight on my blueberries. So my blueberry plant stopped producing, but it was making some good blueberries there for a while. More baby cantaloupes over here. And then we got potatoes and carrots in there. And the potatoes are really good. There's a few potatoes on the ground there I do see, ready to pick. But yeah, so that's what's going on with the garden. So you guys are updated. I'm gonna pick a few more tomatoes here, go inside, and I'll bring the camera along and we'll get some drift coverage. Hope you guys are having a good day. Thanks for subscribing. Don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment. I read all the comments. I don't always respond because, you know, I'm a little dyslexic and it's difficult, but I do get video ideas from the comments, and I am going to make an answering the question video coming up here real shortly to address some of your questions. So you guys have a good Saturday, and like I said, we'll take you guys with us. We'll go out and burn some tires up in a little bit. Right now I got to pick some tomatoes.